I'm back. All right, so we're hopping right along. Now, what we've done so far is we've built this guy, so as soon as they opt in, they have that confirmation that everything is cool, and then we try to sell them some good, useful stuff by being cool to them. And we have built this guy, so we can fulfill on our promises of sending them really cool stuff. So, in the process, where we are now is we need to sort of tie everything together. We need to build the system here within our autoresponder that tells them to go here after they opt in, that tells this email to happen immediately and to have them go to this download page. So in this video and in the other video that accompanies this, I'm going to walk you through how to build the behind the scenes parts, everything that happens kind of post opt-in page here. I'm going to show you how to build all of that using two CRMs. I'm going to show you how to do it in Aweber, which is sort of the more basic beginner level stuff, and I'm going to show you how to do it in Infusionsoft, which is the tool that I use. So in this particular video, we're going to build the behind the scenes engine part in Aweber. And the reason we're doing this first, before we build the opt-in page and stuff, is because we're going to have to integrate the opt-in page with our behind the scenes. Now that's literally clicking a button and hitting paste, so it's not difficult. But there's no point in building this guy until we have what essentially is going to be your engine built. There's really no need in like building the upholstery of the car until the motor's dropped into the car, so to speak. So right now we're going to build the motor that powers all of this stuff. And it's really pretty simple, actually. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get cracking, and I'll show you how to do this for Aweber. Now, if you don't use Aweber, then there's no need to watch this video. Proceed to the next one where I show you how to do it in Infusionsoft. Okay, so let's get to work. So I've done is I've logged into Natalia's old Aweber account, and luckily, we still have this account active, so I can show you how to do it. So when you have an Aweber account, you have a bunch of lists, right? And she's got these right here. But let's say you have a new account and you haven't ever done anything before, or you have an existing account but you want to start a new list for a new project. Well, we'll start there. So the first thing we're going to do is we want to create a list, right? So right here at the top of your page, what you do is you simply click on Create and Manage Lists. And you've got a couple options here. You can click a green button to create a new list if you want to. When you do that, I'll just show you what it looks like. It's very, very simple and non-threatening and so forth. You just name your list and put your from name and your address and stuff in here to be CAN spam compliant, and you're gold. Or if you want to, you can use an existing list. So I went ahead and I made a list already called New Demo List, and that's what we're going to use for the purposes of this tutorial. And as you can see, I had this guy created, and it says I'm not completely done doing it, but I don't need to do this other stuff yet. Okay, so that is not going to be really something we're going to go over. I've just created it, and it's not going to make me do these other things, so I'm not going to worry about it. So if you look at it, I created the basic settings already, new demo list. You saw that screen already. I can brand it with a company name if I want to, or not. I'm not going to brand it with a company name. I don't do that kind of stuff. So that's all we had to do right there. So now we've got Aweber ready to go. All right, so but still, how do we plug it in with lead pages? Well, check it out. You go over here to lead pages, and at the top under my account, you have something that's called integrations, and we're going to pull that up here in a sec. Here we go. You go over here, you click on this integrations button, right? And this, we're really doing very little except clicking buttons here, so please don't let this throw you off, all right? So we have a list of all the people that they can integrate with. I'm already integrated with Infusionsoft. I'll show you how to integrate with Infusion in another video. For now, we'll just stick with Aweber. So I click on Aweber, that's who I want to integrate with, and I click on Connect to Aweber here. And when I do, it's going to take a minute to load because my internet loves to get weird when I'm recording. So when I do, it gives me some instructions here. So all I got to do is type in my login name and password for Aweber right here. So I'll do that off camera. All I did was enter my name and email, or my username and password for Aweber, and boom, it just connected to Aweber. So now they're magically integrated, which is great. What that means is that now when we build this page and someone clicks here, this is just going to work and feed people into Infusionsoft or Aweber or whichever one of those guys you want to integrate with. So we don't have to do any code. We don't have to do any opt-in form weird stuff, right? That's a pain in the butt and totally confusing. All we got to do is say add them to this list in this account, whether it's Infusion or Aweber or whoever you choose to use, and you're off to the races. So that's really, really easy. So now that we have that set up, we have really created the entire engine of this system now. Start putting the pieces of the puzzle together. All right, so the next thing we need to do is before we build the pages over here in lead pages, we need to actually like build the email that goes out as soon as someone opts in, and also tell lead pages and Aweber or Infusionsoft, whoever you choose to use, where to send people as soon as they opt in. So remember, we've already built these pages. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to tell our CRM system, hey, after someone opts in, send them to this thank you page, right? So how do we do that? Well, let me walk you through how to do it first in Aweber, right? So here's how we do it. I'm over here in Aweber. So what we want to do in both of these solutions is we're going to create a sign up form, but we don't have to actually do any coding. You literally just click buttons here. It's super easy. So within Aweber, let's just say you've logged back in and you're at the home thing of Aweber. You always have these little tabs up here. We just want to click on sign up forms right here, and we want to create a new sign up form right here for this list. Right now, remember, we created that one list. It was called new demo list. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add people to that list through a sign-up form. So look, all we're wanting to make sure is we're getting the right fields here. So name and email, that's totally fine, right? So all we have to do now is first save the form. So we're going to go ahead and click on save this guy right here. And it has now saved. And so now we're able to go to step 2. So step 2 is we're going to call it something. And this is important. You got to remember what you call it. All right. So we're just going to call this list class demo form. All right. And then this is really, really where we're getting important here. We're going to say, okay, after they opt in, what do we want to show them? Well, you remember, look, we want to take them to the thank you page with our little sales video. So I'm going to do right here is I'm going to copy that URL that we had, and I'm going to scroll down here. And I'm going to say I want to go to a custom page. And now I'm just going to paste that web address right there. Now you got to make sure you don't have the double HTTP there, right? So go ahead and erase that one there. And boom, got that, we're good. Now we go to step 3. Oh, it wants me to save it. There we go. I'll save it. And voila, we're gold. Now, you know what's next? Nothing. We're done. We were in new demo list and we simply created a sign up form which we named something, and that's it. So now anytime someone signs up on that form, which is actually already attached to lead pages now, by the way, they will be added to new demo list, right? So now what's the next logical step? Well, we want them to get an email from us if they sign up from that form. So the very first thing we're going to do before we actually build the opt-in page is to make sure that we have this guy built, the very first email that sends them to the download page itself, right? So that's really easy as well. So we're going to go ahead and do that within Aweber. Now we're in the list that we want, so we just click on messages. We click on follow-up series. We're going to create the very first follow-up. And this is really, really mindlessly easy, right? So you go ahead and you insert your subject, and then let's say, thank you, here's your free report. And now you can just go ahead and, if you want to, start typing. So you say, you can download your free report here. With a little smiley face, I'll get rid of the E. I'll give a little line break, and what are we looking for here? You remember? We're looking for that text document where we have the download page where they can get the PDF, right? This is why we made this little thing, so we don't have to go back. So I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it in here. Voila. Thanks. Your name. Now, of course, you might want to write different copy than that, so it's okay, however you want to do it, but that's what we do. So go ahead and click on save there, and come on there, buddy. Did you save it for me? I think they did. All right, I'll click on next. And yeah, sure, I'll go ahead and track the clicks, and I'll click on save and exit. So now I have my very first email going out in my autoresponder system. So when we look now at this guy, we know that this is now going to work. As soon as they opt in, we know they're going to go here. We know they're added to the autoresponder system, and they're going to get an email that takes them to the download page. Now it's time to build our opt-in page. However, why don't we go ahead and show you how to do it in Infusionsoft too? But what I'm going to do is, for the sake of this video, I don't want it to go too long. I'll end this video here. Our next video will just be a very brief video on how to integrate with Infusionsoft and build this part with Infusionsoft. So if you're not an Infusionsoft user, you can skip it and then go to the other video, which is going to be how to build the opt-in page, right? So I know we're laying a lot of groundwork here, but it saves you a lot of frustration in the future. So I'll go ahead in the next video, show you Infusionsoft, and then we'll resume again with how to actually build the opt-in page.